Good morning. Well, it seems like it's been a long time since I've done one of these little vlogs, at least 3 months or so. For some reason, I haven't felt inclined or motivated to do anything like this in the last few months. Partly, I believe it's because of the time that we're in. I kind of went more into me, as many should have. This is a time to reflect. The world is changing. Always is changing, but this is a change that seems like it's been expedited. There's a reason. And so this morning I wake early and I'm almost, I almost see myself doing this while I was waking up. And as it used to be, I would find a word. The word would ignite the conversation in which I would base the topic. And this morning, the word that came through was today. It was like, that was the word today. So that's the word in which I will work from. Because during this hiatus, it seems as if I'm learning to trust the words that come from within. I'm learning to trust myself now more than ever before. I believe that's part of this journey, and it should be for many others, that where you start finding you, start trusting you and the things that are happening around you. It becomes easy for me not to trust what I hear through the conventional ways of hearing, through the news, the radios, the newspapers, of events around the world. And it doesn't mean that I'm hiding, ignoring, living with my head in the sand. I know what's going on. But I know the effects that I have are only around my circle of influence. That's where my source comes from. The source of what I can do, what I might be able to change, and that comes from the vibration in which I am. And so a couple years ago, I was hit with the words, "Power of Love Heals." And from there, I started what I feel is my base. My base, it's my website. It's when someone asks, what is my business name? It is that, Power of Love Heals. And from a couple years ago, I knew, well, longer than that, but when I put it to form, when I put it to pen and paper, it was a couple of years ago where I knew there was power in love, healing power. And on the other side of my card, it says, where there's love, nothing is missing. And when I sit back in this last few months, I realize there is a lot of power there. Because what I have seen is a lot of hate. What I do see is a lot of confusion. What I hear in conversations, people are listening to what's being fed, the information, which for me, what I get from it, what I glean from all that, the little dips that I get is division. Division being created. You have to be on a side. And if you're not on my side, you're wrong. If you don't believe the way I believe, you're wrong. Division. And then today, the time that we're in, it's a time to let go of that. But where does that start? Does it start with creating marches, grabbing paper, putting on cardboard? Or does it start with you, right where you're at, and those that are around you? Does it start with you and your vibration? This is a time right now, today. There's a shift that's going on, and whether you embrace this shift that's happening around you right now, or you don't, and you have almost an expectation of things going back to the way they were, which they won't. It's almost I can't see how things can go back to the way they were. And I'm not saying that's bad. I believe through all this, there's things that are happening that are just incredibly awesome. I mean, there's things that are happening that aren't very awesome. But see, sometimes that's like the shifts that we have to make within our own selves. Letting go of the junk that we no longer need. Letting go of the things that are holding on to us. And to me, I see the world doing the same thing, the universe shaking the junk that's been attached to it off. The junk being all the things that are going around this world. But the effects that you have, the change that you can make start with you. When you go out, when you talk, when you communicate, however that is in today's world, what are you communicating? Are you repeating negative? Or are you sharing positives? The things that are shifting in a positive way in your own life. Yeah? Sometimes it's hard to see the positive because of all the things that are happening, the finances, everything for most people are changing. And there's a fear that sets in place when you don't know if your job is secure. You don't know where the money's coming from. You don't know. This is a time where trust comes. And it doesn't mean to be an ignorant trust. It just means that you're very aware that this moment is stepping back. It almost seems as if this was already scripted in. This whole life event that's going on to the world. You know, I had a thought in my head that I was going to try to make this 5 minutes, and I just glanced down and no, it's not going to be that. It's already too late. So, but I will stay under 10. This is thoughts from a guy on a journey, finding his way, wanting to share, and hoping that there's something that comes from all that that comes through that might resonate with you. But the hope is that you find you. The desire is that you become a high vibration of love, where you reach out to others around you and you share a little bit of your story. You bring light to those who might not see the light, because you are the light. You can heal with love. Whether it's sharing a kind word, a helping hand, or doing something kind for someone. All of them. This is the time in which you can change the vibration of those that are around you. And you can have a huge effect on your circle of influence. So, I just went over 10. Time. What is time? I look out today and I see overcast. I see the wind blowing. I feel the wind blowing. It feels beautiful out. So with that, I'm going to wish all of you an awesome day. Go out and make a difference today. Today's the word. Today. Make a difference. So be well, be loved always. And until next time, stay awesome.